Dear learners, today's MOOC will be on the unit Introduction to Social Work from Module 8, Understanding Social Work Practice. So, let us look at the meaning. Social work is a profession which is committed to assisting individuals, families, groups, and communities in improving their well-being and quality of life. Social workers are professionally trained individuals who work with people of all ages and backgrounds to address a variety of social issues and challenges. Understanding society and its challenges require a multidisciplinary approach in social work. Its practice incorporates elements of psychology, sociology, health, political science, community development, law, and economics to engage with systems and policies, perform assessments, devise interventions, and improve social functioning and responsibility. The ultimate goals of social work includes improving people's lives, addressing biophysical issues, empowering individuals and communities, and achieving social justice. Social work varies from other social science subjects as it is regarded as a career or profession. The term profession refers to talent or artistry. Though it is based on social science theories, it goes beyond that to the next level of applying therapeutic approaches to social challenges. Social work is considered an applied science since it uses knowledge, skills, techniques, and related procedures to meet human needs and influence human behavior. Now we will look at certain definitions. According to Marshall and Scott, social work is the generic term which is applied to various organized methods of promoting human welfare through the prevention and relief of suffering. According to International Federation of Social Workers, social work is a practice-based profession and an academic discipline that promotes social change and development, social cohesion, and the empowerment and liberation of people. Principles of social justice, human rights, collective responsibility, and respect for diversities are central to social work. Underpinned by theories of social work, social sciences, humanities, and indigenous knowledge, social work engages people and structures to address life challenges and enhance well-being. According to National Association of Social Workers, social work practice consists of professional application of social principles and techniques to one or more of the following ends: helping people obtain tangible services, counseling and psychotherapy with individuals, families, and groups, helping communities or groups provide or improve social and health services, and participating in legislative processes. The practice of social work requires knowledge of human development and behavior, of social and economic and cultural institutions, and the interaction of all these factors. Now we will discuss about levels of social work. The first one is micro work. It entails working with individuals and families directly, such as offering individual counseling or therapy, or aiding a family in obtaining resources. The micro level, which is most commonly associated with traditional clinical social work, addresses the needs of society's most vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, victims of domestic violence, and those suffering from mental illness. Non-clinical services such as linking clients with resources to improve their well-being or deal with emergencies are also provided by some micro-social workers. The next one is meso work. It entails working with groups and communities, such as offering group therapy or services to community organizations. Although meso-social workers may provide direct individual services, their primary concentration is on problem solving on behalf of group of clients, referred to as client systems. These social workers investigate elements that affect the well-being of a large number of clients within institutions such as school or social service agencies, or within a local community, such as at-risk youth in an inner city area. Meso-social workers work in partnership with other client systems and agencies to implement programs and advocate for services and resources. The last one is macro work. It entails promoting larger scale change through lobbying, social policy, research creation, non-profit and public service management, or collaboration with government agencies. Macro-level social work addresses the task of resolving societal issues in order to improve people's quality of life on a local, national, and worldwide scale. Macro-social workers serve in a number of responsibilities in regional and federal government agencies, colleges, human rights groups, and non-profits, including advocacy, community organizing, program creation, and policy making. Now we are going to discuss about the objectives of social work. According to Whitmer, there are two objectives of social work. Number one, to give assistance to individuals while removing difficulties which they face in utilizing basic services of the society. Number two, to facilitate effective utilization of community resources for their welfare. According to Friedlander, there are three objectives of social work. The first one is to change in painful situation of individuals, to develop the constructive forces both within and around the individual, and to enhance the democratic and humanistic behavior of the individual. Other than that, there are few more objectives which are accepted universally. They are: number one, to solve psychosocial problems; number two, to fight against social evils; number three, to fulfill humanitarian needs; number four, to solve adjustmental problems; number five, to create self-sufficiency; number six, to integrate and coordinate the means and resources of social development; number seven, to develop democratic values, make provisions for corrective and recreation services; number eight, to change the environment in favor of individuals' growth and development; number nine, to bring change in social system; and lastly, number 10, to provide socio-legal help. Now we are going to discuss about scope of social work. The extent to which we can intervene in social work is referred to as the scope of social work. It may also refer to as the areas or fields in which social work methods, tools and approaches are applicable. The scope of social work can be divided into three broad categories. Number one, non-governmental, semi-governmental, and governmental organizations that provide social work services. Number two, the methods or methodologies through which they provide services such as casework, group work, community organization, social action, social research, and social welfare administration. Number 3, the numerous services or field of social work that they offer to distinct individuals, organizations, and communities. However, as its objectives have changed and the socio-economic situation has changed, the scope of social work has also shifted. The profession is becoming more well known for its one-of-a-kind service to public, and it is increasingly being asked to execute new and varied duties. The primary goal of social work is to resolve psychosocial issues that block an individual's social advancement. As one of the newest fields of study, social work is gradually encompassing all aspects of human existence. As a result, its scope is gradually broadening. Its focus has recently expanded to include international and interracial issues. Now we will talk about the motto of social work. The main motto of social work is helping people to help themselves. It implies that social work profession functions in the underlying belief that through the use of methods, techniques and skills, the clients have to be empowered to help themselves. Rather than making the client dependent on the social worker for solving his or her problems, the client should be empowered to take his or her own decisions. The social worker assists the client in showing the path and in decision making by building self-confidence of the clients and helping in procuring resources. Now we are going to discuss about few basic assumptions of social work. Clark has given 6 major assumptions of social work. They are: social work is a novice profession which necessitates intellectual activities accompanied by great individual responsibilities. It is not just academic but also practical in its aims. Number 2, understanding human personality is one of the basic functioning of a professional social worker. Number 3, social work and social welfare are not the same thing. Social welfare comprises of social institutions and the field of practice, while social work comprises of a body of practices which can be employed at many places in a large welfare field. Number 4, social work has its own processes, techniques and skills. It has a point of view and a philosophy. Number 5, the social worker, by the nature of his or her activities, must use many types of services. Therefore, the social worker must have extensive knowledge about the resources of the community in which he or she is working. And lastly, number 6, the social worker is concerned with the needs of individuals and with the environment that cause personal problems. The interaction of person and situation is the focus of social worker. Now we will talk about principles of social work. The objectives of social work can be fulfilled only within the framework of principles. Friedlander discusses 4 generic principles of social work that applies to all the primary methods of social work, namely social case work, social group work, and community organization. These principles are derived from the democratic values. So, now we are going to discuss about the principles in detail. Number 1, conviction of inherent worth, integrity, and dignity of the individual. This conviction drives that social workers' interaction with the client, group, or community in the helping process as well as their general approach to them. Individuals, groups, and communities must be recognized, respected, and given adequate consideration in all circumstances. The social worker must first and foremost respect their worth and dignity. This sense of worth and dignity motivates social research and social welfare administration. Number 2, conviction that individual who is in economic, personal, or social need has the right to determine himself or herself what his or her needs are and how they should be met. The conviction drives the belief that people are capable of bringing changes to their attitudes and behaviors. The changes, be it economic or psychological condition, will take place only when the client is helped to help himself or herself. All those seeking social work services have the right to determine for themselves their goals, means, and objectives of what they want to change and achieve. Number 3, the conviction of decisive importance of social work. In a democratic society, in the firm belief in equal opportunity for all, limited only by the innate capacity of the individual. Social work services should be made irrespective of race, religion, or political affiliation to those seeking it. Discriminating clients, group members, communities on the basis of their race, religion, political affiliation, caste, or community defeats the fundamental conviction of human dignity and self-determination. Number 4, conviction that man's individual rights to self-respect, dignity, self-determination, and equal opportunities are connected with his social responsibilities towards himself, his family, and his society. The social worker must create a clear understanding that just as the individual, group members, and communities are accepted, respected, and treated with dignity and worth, they in turn have the social responsibility towards other individuals, groups, and communities. The rights and needs of others need to be recognized, and no one individual, group, or community should act in a manner that could injure the health and welfare of others. Now we are going to discuss about functions of social work. Functions of social work are broadly divided into 3: remedial, provision of resources, and prevention of social dysfunction. Number 1, remedial or restoration. Restorative functions are the acts of social worker that assist individuals or group communities in recognizing, limiting, or overcoming issues that develop as a result of an imbalance between themselves and their environment. This function is divided into 2 parts: curative and rehabilitative. The curative function tries to eliminate or diminish factors that impact or create social dysfunction in individuals, organizations, or communities. The rehabilitative function aids in the restoration of normal or health-related social functioning. Number 2, provision of resources. This function is divided into 2 aspects: developmental and educational. The developmental aspects are designed to further the effectiveness of existing social resources or to maximize personal capacity. For example, marital counseling at a family therapy center helps couples with marital problems to communicate effectively. The educational aspect is designed to acquaint the public with specific conditions and needs for few or changing resources. Public talks on the advantages of utilizing counseling services would be an example of educational aspect. Number 3, prevention of social dysfunction. This is also an important function of social work, which involves early discovery, control and removal of conditions and situations that could possibly hinder effective functioning. The main divisions of these functions are prevention of problems in the area of interaction between individuals and groups, and prevention of social ills. Now we are going to discuss about the methods of social work. Social work profession has certain methods which are employed for the benefit of the clients or the specific target groups. They are 6 in total, each of which uses different techniques. They are: number 1, social case work; number 2, social group work; number 3, community organization; number 4, social action; number 5, social welfare administration; and number 6, social research. Now let us discuss them in details. The first 3 are the primary methods of social work. They are social work practice with individuals, that is social case work, social group work, and community organization. The remaining 3, that is social action, social welfare administration, and social work research, are the secondary methods of social work. Now let us discuss the methods of social works in detail. Social case work. One of the basic modalities of social work done by social workers worldwide is social case work or social work practice with individuals. This strategy promotes individual social functioning by focusing on one-on-one relationships. Mary Richmond is the most important profounder of social casework. Her book titled Social Diagnosis elaborates the method of casework and its significance. Richmond defined casework as social casework consists of those processes which develop personality through adjustments consciously effected individuals by individual between men and their social environment. It can be defined as the art of doing different things for and with different people by cooperating with them to achieve at one and the same time their own and society's betterment. Casework is identifiable according to Richmond by its aim of social betterment and its method of differential treatment. Casework is concerned with the utilization of available resources in the immediate environment and capacities in the individuals which may give him or her a fuller and more satisfying life, both economic and personal. The 4P components of social casework are person, problem, place, and process. Individuals are a part of society and every person performs different social roles and duties. During this process, individuals usually struggle with several problems in one or other form, which deter in his or her performance as a social being. Social casework consists of those processes which develop personality through adjustments consciously effected individual by individual between men and their social environment. Social group work. Group work is another significant primary method of social work profession. The purpose of group work is to enhance social functioning of an individual. It is accomplished through groups which have the power to enhance problem-solving capacity, prevent the development of serious social problems, and restore and maintain the social functioning of members. Group work is applicable to all settings of social work practice. It is a method that uses group as a medium of therapy to modify and enhance social behavior. Group work is applied to assist individuals to enhance their social functioning in a group setting and to cope more effectively with social environment. For example, group work can be carried out with groups of children, patients with similar health issues or life-threatening diseases, vulnerable groups, the aged, youth in a community, and many more. Community organization. One of the basic strategies of social work is community organization, which entails mobilizing and empowering communities through their group, leaders, advocates, volunteers, institutions, and organizations. A professional change agent assists a community action system made of individuals, groups, or organizations in engaging in organized collective action in order to cope with unique challenges within the democratic system of values. This involves two major interrelated concerns: the interactional process of working with an action system, which includes identifying, recruiting, and working with the members and developing organizational and interpersonal relationships among them, which facilitates their efforts, and the technical task involved in identifying problem areas, analyzing causes, formulating plans, developing strategies, and mobilizing the resources necessary to effect action. Gangrade to define community organization as the process by which the social system of the community provides for integration and adaptation within the community. Social action. Social action is an organized group process that aims to deal with general social problems and enhancing social welfare by legislative, social, or economic progress. It is a secondary method of social work that refers to organized and legally permitted activities designed to mobilize public opinion, legislation, and administration in favor of socially desired objectives. Arthur Dunham defines social action as efforts to bring about change or prevent change in current social practices or situations through education, propaganda, persuasion, or pressure on behalf of objectives believed by the social actionist to be socially desirable. Kulkarni asserted social action creates the necessary conditions and climates in which social work could be done more effectively. According to Siddiqui, welfare approach is gradually losing its significance and the inconsistency as democratic system determines the right-based approach. Social administration. Another secondary style of social work that incorporates the twin themes of social welfare and administration is social welfare administration. By social administration, we mean that processes which is used in the organization and administration of public and private services. It includes those activities which are undertaken for the benefit of individuals, groups, and communities. As governance system evolved with the changing political and social systems, there was an effort to institutionalize welfare. Social Work Dictionary defines social welfare administration as a method used by those who have administrative responsibility to determine organizational goals for a social agency or other unit, acquire resources and allocate them to carry out a program, coordinate activities towards achieving selected goals, and monitor, access, and make necessary changes in processes and structure to improve effectiveness and efficiency. Now let us sum up what we have done so far. We began with the meaning and definition of social work, followed by levels. Then we discussed about objectives and scope of social work. Then we discussed about the motto of social work. We furthered our discussion with basic assumptions of social work. We then discuss about the principles of social work, followed by functions and methods. With that, we have come to the end of today's unit. Thank you.